Epic Action, a Star Wars Unlimited podcast. Your source for community building, tournament tips, deck building discussion, and all things Star Wars Unlimited.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Epic Action. My name is Raul. With me, I got Nick, Paul, and special guest Paul Heaver, which you can't see on screen. He's just joining us via audio today, but we got a good crew. We got a fun interview coming up. He won a big tournament yesterday. One of the very first, big in-person tournaments since Legends of the Force dropped. So he's gonna have some good insight for us. I also want to thank our listeners. We hit 1,000 downloads this morning. So thank you everyone who's been sticking with us through the lulls, the highs and lows. How are you guys doing today?
Keeping those European vote.
Yeah. Our German contingency. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Doing good. Here with my daughter this week, so get a little time off and then getting prepared to go to Galactics next week. It's crazy.
Yeah. 10 about, as of recording, about 10 days away. Super excited. So looks like Paul Heaver is also going to be going to Galactics as well. So we have two people here.
Yep, I'll be there. I gotta go through the dregs of day one. I gotta fight through the trenches.
Well, I've no doubt we'll see you at that top table. I keep seeing your name pop up. So the reason I invited John, Paul, is because he said he won a pretty big tournament, a 1.5K yesterday in Frederick, Maryland, at Tournament City Games. It's Tournament City Games, right? It's the name of the store. Just make sure I got that right. It was about 44 players.
Yeah.
And had a pretty great, diverse top 8. So let me go ahead and pull that up here. So we're here looking at the top 8 results. So you got Paul Heaver in first, playing Han2 Blue. Gar Saxon, yellow, second. And then we got Emperor Palpatine, 1 with Colossus. And rounding out the top 4 is Mother Talzin with Green Force base. Yeah. And that's Ryan DeCreasy. And then I'm also going to do the other ones. You can see it on screen, but some people just listen. So Cad Bane, Tarkentown in 5th place. That was Mikhail. We got Darth Vader yellow from Darth Vader JTL in 6th. Sabine ECL in 7th. And Anakin Blue and Blue Force in 8th. So pretty diverse top 8, though not a lot of surprises. Sabine still strong, Anakin hanging on there, but Han2 coming back into the fold. So let me go ahead and get Paul's list on screen here, and we can have a chat about it.
One thing I find interesting is that there's no repeats in here whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you go farther down, like I think ninth place was Kylo ECL and so on and so forth. Like you have to go pretty far down before you hit, I think, another Sabine.
That's great.
Another Han2.
It makes me feel like I can play almost anything. I'm not pulling out my Finn deck quite yet, but yeah. So why don't we start? Let's see. You just won the 1.5K. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I mean, as a full disclosure, when we got to the top 8, it was like 6:30 on a Sunday night, and we were all like, they gave us the judge gave us each a mountain and a forest from as a green and a red thing, and he said, if you want to split, give me the forest back. If you don't want to split, give me the mountain back. And if there's any mountains, then we have to play the top 8 and so on and keep going. And so we just split the 1.5K rather than playing out 3 more rounds at like 6:30 at night and going till 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday. A lot of people had like 2 or 3 hour drives home, so they didn't want to stick around.
Your backyard.
I only had half an hour, so it wasn't too bad for me. And then so they then decided, well, let's just have the first and second seed, and I was the first and the Gar was the second seed.
Nice.
Just play it out for bragging rights on the stream, so you can watch them on the secret stream, which is also linked to from
Team Secret's good friends of ours. We'll make sure we'll post that link. They did a great job.
But yeah,
I've been watching some of the streams recently. They did that, and they had Nolan a couple weeks ago. And
yeah,
really impressive. Good job, guys. If you're listening out there.
Yeah, no, they did a great job of organizing all this, trying to get a set 5 tournament right after legality and before Worlds, so that people can kind of see, bring lists. I mean, I'm sure some people are sandbagging and bringing, not their lists, But I'll give you a spoiler. I'm playing Han2 Blue at Worlds. Like I'm like unless something really weird happens in the next 9 days. That's like awesome. that is so, definitely what I'm going to end up bringing.
Hey Paul, before we get too deep into it, why don't you kind of give us a little bit of an intro on yourself? Before, so some of us who don't know you, we kind of had a chat within ours. Raul's like, "Oh, dude, he's a legend," and I'm like, "Who?" Oh, legend or random? Yeah. Let's get that intro.
Yeah, I'm a legend to X-Wing players, the X-Wing miniatures game. If you're a card game player, you might not know me very well. But yeah, no, I'm the 3-time world champion for X-Wing World for the X-Wing miniatures game from 2013, 14, and 15. And since then, I've like made the cut at Worlds, like the top 8 cut. I don't know, another 5 times, 4 times. I don't even keep
and I saw you this.
I didn't win it again.
I was just walking by. I said, "Hey," and then I'm sure you have a lot of people today, but you know, I always see you at these top cuts events. I've seen your name everywhere, and I think I've just been passing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I recognized your name when I saw when I saw your message. I was like, "Oh yeah, I know him from X-Wing." But yeah, in SWU, I've gotten like a top 4 at the West Virginia PQ. Did not get my invite there. I was still pretty salty about that. Top 8 at another PQ. I narrowly missed the cut at another one. So I've been having a good run the last couple of PQs. The last
what got you into SWU from X-Wing and whatnot?
Well, X-Wing is pretty much over. So it had a ramp down, and it was neatly timed with SWU's ramp up, and so I was like, I'm gonna get into this because it seemed fun. A lot of my X-Wing friends tried it out and said, yeah, it's a really fun game. And I've been burned by collectible card games before. I'm an old man, so I've gone through this merry-go-round a few times. So I try to keep my expenditures low, just keep myself to like 1 or 2 decks. So like I cannot build a villain deck, for example. Like I just can't. I don't have any of the villain cards. I don't buy packs. I just get singles of what I need. So I played Sabine for a while, and then when Han2 came out, I was like, oh, I could just
so you're saying you have the will that many of us don't to not buy boxes and boxes.
Oh, I also have 2 kids in college, so that's where the will comes from. Yeah. And then switched to Han2, and then when Tarkin Town became everywhere, I switched back to Sabine, and then once Django got booted, then the streets were clear for Han2 to come back.
It's very exciting to see like earlier leaders come out and talk like this, resurgence. Like I love to see that. And as far as your transition from X-Wing to here, for me personally, one of the things I like about this game is the back and forth activations. So whereas some card games you just kind of sit there while they do their turn, sort of like X-Wing, you have these back and forth activations, and that, I think that's seems like you've translated pretty well for you.
Yeah, no, this is very similar. There's been other card games that have action type things, like the City of Heroes card game, which I assume no one has ever played. I'm one of the like 6 people who've played it. I think Doomtown had it as well, but yeah, a couple of smaller things. This is probably one of the bigger ones that has it.
As do we.
I really like it a lot.
If you caught some of our earlier episodes, you'd realize we switched over from Legion right about the same time as ramping up as well. So
yeah.
I know how you feel there with X-Wing.
Fair enough.
Back to
that kind of gets into our second question, though. Some of what you were talking about is how did you switch over to Han2 Blue? Were you looking for build-around pieces, or was it just because you had the old Sabine deck in mind?
So yeah, I've been Han2 Green forever, for a while now anyway, and I had all the pieces for that, and then trying out Green and Blue, like just in test games and everything, I decided I needed to actually sit down and actually spend money and or trades and get 3 Luke Skywalkers finally. So I was like, oh, fine, I'll do that. And I mean, that was that was the hardest part. But once you get that part done, everything else kind of falls into place because I mean, most of the power cards in the deck are are uncommon or already in red that I already owned. So I just had to get a couple Anakins after that, and I pulled 3 Ogdos and in like my winnings from a PQ. So I was like, cool, this is great. So yeah. So yeah, it's partially, limited to what I own, and partially, hey,
did something specific turn you on the Han2 Blue? I know when we were going over spoilers, I was thinking personally, and I know I said it to our guys, like Han2 Blue is going to be amazing. I'm looking at your list. I notice you don't have a Phantom in there, even though I think it's very strong in Han2 Blue. And I'm wondering, like, did Ogdo or any piece in particular jump out at you and like, yeah, we're doing blue?
Yeah, it was Ogdo and Chirrut mainly that jumped out and said, hey, I've got a 2-cost 5/3. Like, why would I not be playing
Absolutely.
with a 2-cost 5/3? That seems really dumb to not play with that. And yeah, I used to have the 2-cost 5/1 in space, because that's also amazing. But then when I decided to just abandon all space, then and get rid of all the space units, then that was one of the last cuts.
Yeah, that's something that really stood out to me in this list. Is, like you said, you have no space units at all. Is that are you not worried about like that? I know you have like bombing run there to take care of stuff, but what do you do against like a space heavy deck?
I'm definitely worried about a space heavy deck. I mean, that's if the bombing runs and the entrenched and the Anakins and Lukes are not enough, then I just lose. Like that's all there is to it. But hopefully, I'm racing on the ground faster than they're racing in space, and I can lock down their stuff with my effects or the bombing
it seems
run.
Very strong against something like Vader 4, right? Like, I can imagine a bombing run just wipes down all those ties, and it's just like, okay, well, everything that was of value's gone right before like the Vader flip.
Yep. Yeah, the only thing that could keep that alive is if they have the Victor Leader, but like as soon as Victor Leader hits the board, I try to figure out something to do to put at least 1 damage on them. Like,
very nice. So let's talk about some of your matches over the tournament yesterday. What was maybe some interesting ones that you were highlights for you?
Let's see. I went against 2 Sabines. They were pretty straightforward. They were like old school, set 4 Sabines. I do very, very well against Sabines. In one of them, like it was really awful for the poor guy. Like, I opened with Ogdo, and he like just kind of his shoulders kind of slumped, and he played Sabine in a sad way. And then I was just like, okay, Ogdo eats Sabine, and still is here as a 5/3. Like, I didn't even take damage effectively from it. And then like it just got even worse after that for the poor guy. Like, I don't think I got over like 10 damage on my base by the time he lost. But yeah, Sabine is not really a difficult deck. Chirrut holds the line really well against Sabine. So yeah, Sabine ECL, I mean. And let's see. Otherwise, there was a Han2 green that I played to a draw on stream. That was a knockdown, drag out fight over the course of an entire like hour of play. That was a really exciting. Like, if you want to watch any game that is just haymaker after haymaker, where boards are just cleared repeatedly and new boards are created, and it was just a mess of actions and death. It was really fun. Very complex game. I don't ever want to play that again.
Back and forth. And...
yeah. Oh yeah, very back and forth. Kylo ECL was a fun list as well to face. That one was so in my sideboard there's a Grieved Parliamentarians. That is specifically because I'm convinced that someone, not me, but someone is going to figure out a way to break Kylo, because he is a ridiculous combo piece. I don't know who's going to do it, but someone is sitting in the lab right now and figuring it out and going to bring it to Worlds, and I'm going to have my 2 Parliamentarians because I had spare room in my sideboard. And yeah, it won me a game easily when I'm just like, okay, Parliamentarian, your discard gets shuffled back into your bottom.
Sad Kylo noises.
Yeah, Kylo can't flip this turn.
That's awesome. Good. It's cool to see like those cards that I don't know. I never thought I'd see someone actually put that in their deck, but it's like I said, it's a good piece against someone coming in with that Voltron Kylo deck.
I have I've been working on it, man. It's
it's
just not
specifically
ready
just for
yet.
Kylo.
It's true. He sent some revisions out.
Yeah, it's going to be really good, and even possibly at Worlds. Like, I'm sure someone's sitting down and figuring out something at Worlds, but if not, then like a month from now, we're going to be like, oh my god, why didn't anybody crack this code in time for
That's
Worlds?
a good segue into your next question. So where do you see the meta settling here as we approach Worlds? Do you think yesterday was a pretty good indicator of what you see, or you think it's going to shift even more over the next 2 weeks before we get to that big day?
I mean, it's going to shift around a lot, but I fully suspect that it's going to be pretty open because it's the start of a whole set and meta. So everything's not in concrete. So everyone's going to have what they think beats Han2 Blue and Han2 Green and CAD and all those other, like, I made a list at some point of like, okay, so I need to know how to beat this list and that list and that. I'm like, okay, the Tarkentown boys, CAD and Quinlan. But there's also Kylo I got to figure out how to deal with, and Talzin and this and that. And I'm like, oh my god, the list just goes on. Whatever. I'm just gonna go base and hope for the best.
So
on a lot of these.
In that case, do you think this is the deck to beat, or just a good call in that early meta?
It definitely feels like the deck to beat because I don't think anyone else has a 2-cost 5/3, and Chariot is still amazing. Like, it's just a bunch of good cards, and Force Throw is of course wildly broken, but yeah, it's just all these good cards shoved together in a deck, and they all like synergize pretty well together.
I think so as well. I think it's the deck to beat. I always thought competitively it was the deck to beat, and I'm going to use it as a brief segue. That's not on our question, so hopefully you're ready for this question here. Is that curveball, cards aside, collection aside, for your locals, if you could build anything, what are you building for fun?
Oh, for fun. Let's see. Man, for fun would probably be something with the new Obi-Wan. I like him a lot just because he's neat. I don't know. I'm a sucker for all the good guy units, and Obi-Wan is a fun little guy giving out experience. I also like making big units. If you couldn't tell by all the like 5/3 talk that I've been making, I like giant units. So there's that. Piet would be, but I don't think Piet's fun for anybody else. So I wouldn't play it.
Played Piet for a while there.
Yeah,
can confirm.
Some degenerates in our locals. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like big units. So a lot of times anything that makes big units is something that I would enjoy for fun, and then just challenge my opponents to figure out how to beat whatever big units I throw out there. And usually those are kind of fun, like board game, like board manipulation games where you're like trying to figure out who gets control of the board and everything, rather than like just locking down the board and being like, no, you can't play. Like I like just board control.
That is lots of fun.
All right, so if this is the deck to beat, where does it struggle, and how are you looking to mitigate those disadvantages?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, have you noticed how many space units I have?
You kind of
That's where it
alluded to
struggles. Yeah, the two main struggles it has is that I've found anyway, space units and not having them. So you stick a couple, I don't know, find a couple 4 health space units that don't just die to bombing run, and throw them out there and just keep hitting me. And if you can do that faster than I can hit you, then cool, you win. Like in the finals, the Gar player had Phantom, and I'm just like, oh cool, a Phantom. I can't really do much about you, Mr. Phantom. And then when he gave the Phantom Iden, I really couldn't do anything about the Phantom. And he's swinging for 8, and then next turn he swings for 11 with a surprise strike. I'm like, okay, I guess I lose this game. Like there's nothing I can do. But I had answers for it the other 2 games that he played the Phantom. But I mean, they're not the best answers. One was spending 4 on a Force Lightning, and the other was spending 5 on Anakin to kill it before it got suited up with stuff. But yeah, so I have stuff in there to try to fight the space board, but space is probably one of the weaknesses for it. If you can outrace me in space compared to what I'm doing on the ground. The other one is just play pure, like you cannot play the game type thing, but have enough card draw in your list to outdo Kiadi Mundi. Which there's not a lot of decks that do that, but I like Han2 Green. You can make it in a much more like control-y kind of shell, like in the game I played against Brian in the Swiss. His late game was all like, here's home one round, like he got out Keller and Beck, that got out home one, that got out Obi-Wan. I'm just like, okay, cool. You went from nothing on your board to like 17 attack and 19 health worth of units. Awesome.
Scary.
In one action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So stuff that goes longer game better, like has answers to create but I don't know. I'm not sure what is there that does that. Or if you just can like combo out with Kylo and figure out the thing there. That's why I'm kind of scared of Kylo and have the parliamentarians in there. Because I'm still paranoid about that. Maybe I shouldn't be, but those two are going to be in there for
nice. I was about to ask about the Crate Dragon. How often were you dropping that, and was it like a deciding swing?
Yeah. It's often you throw it down, and either your opponent has an answer, and the answers are never like. Hopefully, you're not throwing it down when you have an empty board and they just go power the dark side and take 3 damage to base. Like that is the worst. But I've found that the Han2 Blue list tends to have units almost always on the board from the previous turns. Like I'm not too worried about them completely clearing my board, unless it's like a super laser blast or something. But yeah, then you throw down the crate. They probably have to kill it with something that causes you to either kill off another one of their units, or to again lock in board control, because it's a big board control list while you're just going face. Like the whole point of the list a lot of the times is go face as much as you can, and just depend on your units to have Anakin shrink them, have Luke shrink them, and make them answer your nonsense.
Yeah,
because boys, is it a lot of nonsense.
Pretty good.
All right. So you said you're going to Galactics and you're planning on playing this. You are the Galactic Champion if ...
I hit a wild string of luck, and
okay,
because I think I can make day 2. Like I should be able to go 6-2 on day 1. I'm hoping for that, but like day 2, my day 2 goal is like 4-4. So if I go 4-4, I'll be very happy on day 2. But yeah, if I somehow go ridiculously well in Galactics and make it to day 3 and somehow end up winning everything, then yeah, that will be pretty amazing. I don't expect it, but I will take it. I'm not as good in card games as I am in these games.
Tournaments and these PQs and stuff. So something to be said about skill that transferred over. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have any final thoughts for us? Anything we haven't gone over you think is worthwhile sharing?
I mean, there's a bunch of different builds for Han2 Blue. Like I'm talking about my build where, I've abandoned space, but there's still a lot of builds out there that have Red 5 and Hammerhead and the 5-1 that I don't even remember its name. Doesn't matter what its name is, it's a 5-1. But like I don't think those builds are wrong. Like they're fine too. They're good builds. It's just not where I decided to go with mine. So I'm not sure what the right build for Han2 is, but there's so many builds. There's so many different varieties. I'm sure as like a month from now, we're going to be like, oh yeah, this is the perfect Han2. This one is the right one that everyone should be running. But for now, in 10 days from now, I don't know. Like,
nice.
Could be this one. Might
be planning on running like a gauntlet, a meta gauntlet to practice with.
So I've been practicing with Team Secret, and they've grabbed a bunch of locals, an assorted local group that because they're in the like Northern Virginia DMV type area, and they just grabbed a bunch of us and are bringing us into just to get enough bodies for like worlds testing, so that they can do gauntlets of like 12 people and stuff. Like I know on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week we're going to be doing like little mini tournament things where we're just trying out. Like I'll just be bringing this list, but I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're doing stuff behind the scenes too, like on their Team Secret stuff. But like on our like semi-secret Team Secret stuff, they're like they're bringing out lists that they think might do well, and kind of taking data and notes and everything, and good for them. Like I'm just happy to have somebody to get like testing in with.
So we're a little bit south in Fredericksburg, Woodbridge area, so we don't get to play with them as often as we'd like. But like I said, they're next, our neighbors, good friends with them. So wishing all of them and you the best of luck at Galactics. Nick is going to be gone, so I'm sure he'll catch some of you guys there.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
You might need to sneak Nick on the Team Secret testing team.
What's that?
You might need to sneak Nick into that Team Secret testing team, huh?
We got at least 4 people that I know are going to be there. We're all planning on doing like side events, probably day 2, just depending on how things go. I'm in the same boat with you. I feel like I can go 6-2, barring any kind of catastrophic just losses. Day 2, who knows? But just I think it's a doable 6-2 on day 1, which is kind of like kills me because I'm like, I want to get as much tickets as I want because I want all those prize wall stuff. And now I'm in like that middle.
Man, I'm like the opposite. I looked at all the prize wall stuff and I'm like, I want the super laser blasts. And then I was like, everything else I'm like,
I didn't see that
it's
card.
okay. But I want the super laser blasts.
I love a lot of it.
Yeah. Vader and Luke are supposed to be on the wall too, right? They're showcases.
Yeah,
they're like 5,000 tickets or some absolute like you dedicate your whole weekend to getting one of them. Yeah.
I've got a couple of guys coming on a video tomorrow talking about side events and ticket breakdowns and trying to get to that. So we'll kind of see how that breaks down. But I think that's going to be super expensive and not worth it.
Yeah. So what I don't want to be is I don't want to be one of the like 7 or 8 people on day 1 who go 5-0 and then 0-3. Those people. Those people are going to be very tilted, and I understand entirely how tilted
both Nick and I at the Richmond sector. It was rough.
Yeah, I was 4.
Yeah,
4-2 going into the final match, and literally going into game 3 of the final match, and I had a chance to win, and it slipped away last second. So. Yeah, not fun to be in because you're just like, well, I just wasted half of my day where I could have been doing side events, getting tickets, doing all that, and not just grinding games here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say wasting, but yeah. You get some little prize packs or whatever
that is a good thing about here. At least you will get some sort of prize packs that you would not have gotten at your regionals or sectors. So.
Yeah, and if I don't make day 1, I'm definitely going to try to do the that other like best of the worst event where it's like all the
Galactic
people who don't make day 2 can play and
let's just transition into that. What are your thoughts on it? Like, because right now we have limited information on any kind of prizing, any kind of point system, really anything at all, other than that it is going to be the first tournament of season 1. Is that enough to interest you? I mean, it sounds like it is, even without any information.
Yeah, it definitely is. We were talking about this yesterday, actually, at the store. We were like, how come we don't, this is in 11 days. How come we don't know what the prizes are for it? What the point system is, what any of this stuff is. It is, it is FFG at its finest. Yeah, it is. we've all been through FFG before. Come
Yeah.
on, you through Legion, me through X-Wing. We've gone through this.
Well, I mean, in that case, so it's worth it for you. I'm a little on the fence about it. I want to know more before, like I'm signed up for it. Because I said,
Yep, I'll dive right in and be like, whatever.
Especially if you don't want like prize wall stuff. Yeah, it's great. But if you're looking to get anything on the prize wall, being surprised of whether you're actually going to get tickets or not, probably not the best outcome, or some sort of other prizing.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I like
Right.
all I want is 3 super laser blasts, so I'm not worried about that for the weekend. I will figure out a way to get 3 super laser blasts. Everything else, I'm just like, those are nice, but
so touch back on the main event. Are you surprised that there's like 3,000, 2,500, something like that? Where we've been hearing people signed up for the main event.
Sold out.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's going to be 2,000 people on the first day. And there's obviously going to be people who are just there playing side events, and of course the people who are pushed into day 2 automatically. So I think there's going to be like 500 people who just make day 2 automatically, and then another 300 people out of the 2,000 show up there. So it's going to be like an 800 person event on day 2. So that's going to be insane as well. And then the other like 1,700 people have to go figure out something else to do, so they're going to roll into that open or do side events or whatever. It's going to be jam packed in there.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
What do you think that says for the health of the game? Not just like the meta, but just the fact that we have that many people excited to go all the way to Vegas to play for the whole weekend.
Tying into our previous chat about FFG being FFG, I think that says a lot about how good the game is, that like they could be doing what they're doing with just OP in general. Like I don't mean to rag on them, because I know like they only recently hired a couple people. Like they got Ron from Pastimes, the who you might know from X-Wing as well. Like he was a big X-Wing supporter. And he's been knocking it out of the park, but he's only been there for like, I don't know, 2 months or 3 months or something like that. So like you can only do so much so quickly. So I understand that. It's just hilarious how we're all like, dude, just copy what Magic and Pokemon have done. Like stop reinventing the wheel, guys. Just copy and paste and change the words to say Star Wars.
I mean, I think we've talked about it multiple times on the show, that like there's a lot of positive things that we had not seen in the past from FFG or AMG on a lot of these different games. A lot of more transparency, I think, than in the past. Owning up to mistakes, and not just being like, that didn't work out, cool, we're moving on. So I think that's kind of been a good. I'm really shocked there's 3,000 people going to play in this event. Just with, we've had only, I think, what is our biggest tournament, like 800? Yeah. So now you're going to like triple that.
Yeah.
And then some. And I think that's crazy.
Yeah, great.
I think it's great. Especially 1 year in. I'm looking forward to next year keeping it up. I'm ready. I know we've said it multiple times. I'm ready for rotation and see what that does with it. Not having to play just 80%. Spark of Rebellion and everything would be a nice change. Well, I'm in the same
I just got my Lukes though.
So I was like the last little bit.
Yeah, no, I got them. Yeah, knowing that 8 months from now they're going to be useless, but whatever, I got them.
Nice.
I needed them now.
Well, I mean, for me, as someone who's not going to Galactics, it's exciting that this other people are excited for the game. Just gives me good hope that it's going to last for a while, and that we'll be able to keep playing and meeting up for weeklies for a long time to come.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely speaks for the life of the game and how it's hopefully going to stick around for a while.
Awesome.
So you're a little bit more negative on the prize wall than I am, but what I guess in that case would be some of the things you would like to see maybe next go around that would get you more excited about that prize wall and the promos available?
Okay, so I do like alternate art cards of like legendary quality cards. If you give me an alternate art of an uncommon, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. Cool, thanks. Like I already have all these. Like I don't. The reason why I want the Super Laser Blast is I own 0 Super Laser Blasts. So I'm like, wow, I don't have to pay money to get this. I can just throw these tickets away and get them. Cool. So yeah, make alternate arts of legendary cards, and I will flock to them, especially if I don't already own them. Because yeah, I don't particularly like. I care about what lets me play the game, not pretty stuff. So like playmats, I have a playmat. I use a playmat. I don't need any other playmats. Like if I win like Worlds or something, sure, I'll use that playmat instead, because that'd be cool. But otherwise, I have my Steel Open
funny.
Destiny
I have mine right here on my desk. It's my mouse pad from my computer.
Yeah. Oh, no, awesome. That's my CCG playmat for Star Wars, man. Yeah, no, so I use that. Like I would like to see like more weird token things would be kind of cool. Like if they had a cool like a variety of different force tokens, like a good guy force token and a bad guy force token, like that you could use to like be like, hey, I want to get a cool force token. That'd be neat. I don't know. There's a couple things that they probably could figure out. They're smart people. They're going to come out with new stuff. Right. This isn't like X-Wing Unfortunate where they could just keep throwing dice at us and we'll be happy.
Dice wouldn't be a bad idea either. A lot of people use those. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, scoring dice like Star Wars themed scoring dice. That actually wouldn't be bad.
There you go. This is some good dice right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. FFG, take that to the bank. Aspect symbols on your 6d6s.
Yeah, I think you and I are just like on the complete opposite end of like what we like. Like, yeah, I'm definitely in that category. I just want to be able to play things, but I love to like bling it out. Like, I think that's why like I've moved almost exclusively to the carbonite boxes over the regular, and like my decks are probably 70 to 80% foil, just because I love them. And I think there's like great art there, especially like in the hyperfoils and whatnot. So getting to see some of these like cool diptych, triptych ones that they're pushing out, whether it's like Kylo and Rey or Quinlan and Asajj, those things kind of do it for me. I don't know. Like obviously Super Laser Blast is super cool.
And that's great because that's the benefit of the prize wall, rather than giving us cards like as like participation, and half of us going like, oh well, I don't want this half, but I want that half. And you have to no, I love prize walls. Once they started doing prize walls in their other games, I thought
I was blown away. They had the Twin Stones map for so cheap, like at the Richmond sector.
Yeah,
that was my pickup.
I'm disappointed I paid as much money as I did for it.
Yep.
That is a sick map.
Paul, did you have any thoughts?
I'm waiting for the prize wall to have an SWU themed Alex. Come on, guys, get with IKEA. Let's partner up. Gotta have a place to put all this stuff.
Brand everything.
No, man, I think everything is great. I'm super excited about Galactics. I'm hoping to watch some streams, follow up with some friends, follow along with Nick while he goes out there. It's not in the cards for me to go there, not because of an invite or anything like that. It's just like, we got to work, man. And it sucks, but like adulting
we got weddings to save for.
Yeah, weddings are coming around the corner, and it's no it's no joke with the amount of money that's going out. Would love to be there, but wish you guys both the very best, and know that you can make it happen. I think Han2 Blue is amazing. And your list has got some serious legs. I like it a lot.
Yep, I like it too, obviously. But another idea for a prize. Those like I don't know, 1,000 count card boxes or whatever. Do do that, but in SWU finery, like put the aspect symbols and like Asajj and Quinlan on the red
like
one,
Union,
and so on.
Have
and
you
so
heard of the
forth.
Union Arena game?
Do that kind of stuff.
It's a card game called Union Arena. It's like a lot of each set's like a different anime. But they sell each set comes with a box like that, like a cardboard box, but it's like branded and printed on really nice artwork from that show, from that set. So that is a good idea. It's something you could very easily implement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that to the bank, FFG. Go, off you go. Print out some cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes have got to be dirt cheap, and then you can sell them to us for like
20
times the price, 100 times the price.
All right, final one here on Galactics. Any unique side events you're excited to see play that haven't been offered in the past?
I mean, Trilogy. I can't play Trilogy. I don't know.
I was like, yeah, you're like down to one deck
to build reasonable decks for Trilogy, but like because I'm like, okay, I can make that, and then if I can probably make a bad Vader deck, because I mean he uses mostly commons and uncommons, and then after that I was like, oh, what do I do for my third? I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm happy to see Trilogy, because I know a lot of people have a lot of cards and can make the multiple decks, and are probably going to have a good time at it. It's it's not my bag, but I'm really happy that it exists. I want to see them do a team event. Nice. Like I really would like
Trilogy,
to see something like that.
Like, what are your thoughts about not having a ban list? Because that's been kind of like our concern, if people are just going to do Boba, Django, and one other deck.
Yeah, they probably will. So that'll be miserable. But then FFG will fix it after it's miserable once, and then everyone will be having fun. Like that's FFG's way. They let you screw it up once, and then much like how this world is probably going to be dictated a lot by force throw. So and then they'll fix it. Like that's how they work. How like Denver had absolutely garbage pricing, and then
now showcases their 5,000 tickets. That
I mean, hey, honestly, I would spend my whole weekend for a Luke showcase. I would do it. I would happily I don't even need to be in the main event. Like, just start me off with draft events. I'll go the whole way. 5,000 tickets, like whatever. I'm into it for a Luke showcase.
Grind. I think
have the poor guys done the math on that? I'm sure they're like going to be the first
people.
They
have. So we're going to have them on a video. I'm going to sit down with Jeff tomorrow, and we're going to go through like, hey, what do we think, is the best bang for our buck? So we'll see you tomorrow.
Awesome. All right.
Look, Gamegenic, while we got you and we're talking about Trilogy, before we go too far away, make us a Trilogy case, bro. Get us a Trilogy deck box. We will all buy it. I promise. I buy everything you make anyways. Just make the stuff I ask you for.
I think the one thing I'm excited to do is maybe the Super Sealed event. They're going to be 12 packs, 50 card decks. I think that's kind of interesting. Hopefully, I give you enough time in deck building.
Do you know if it's all the same set, or are you getting cards?
It's all going to be this set. So Legends of Force.
Okay.
Which is kind of, I don't know, maybe a little disappointing, but I know some of our pre-release and stuff, we saw the lack of removal kind of like made the game real quick in some cases, or made it real uninteractive. I know Raul kept getting past space cards in our draft, and that was not fun. In the face.
6 or 7 space units, they were all drops, 2 and 3 drops that raid 2s, they're hitting for 4. That ship striker, it was nice for me.
Thanks everybody who just straight passed him that and made me face it. So that was good times.
Yeah. Awesome.
FFG, give us a Twin Sun sealed event where you buy a box. We'll open up 24 packs. Let's do it.
Funny enough, Magic. There was a Magic event recently that each person bought a booster box and made a deck from that.
That's an official format now.
Yeah.
So come on, FFG, copy it. Copy it. We could do it. We'll all buy boxes.
Just copy what Magic's been doing in Pokemon. Awesome. All right.
Paul, anything else you want to leave us with?
No, I think you hit upon pretty much everything. Galactics is going to be super fun. I feel bad for the people who aren't going to be there. Hopefully, there's tons of streams and stuff you can kind of like live vicariously through us.
Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to you and following up with you.
Yeah.
Well, since we're at the end, Siobhan wants to say something. I have no idea what it's going to be. But since you're at the end, you can kind of cut this.
All right. What we got?
Just playing Obi-Wan today, and I even made my deck.
Okay. Nice.
And an Obi-Wan deck. And I don't know how good it was, probably.
Yeah.
But she likes to play on her own. She's getting the hang of it.
That's future world champ right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids in the 9 to 12 range that play, and
we've got quite a few around here, so I know that.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, let's land the ship. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Congrats on your win yesterday. That's awesome. Sure. And I hope you have a great time in Vegas. Wish you the best of luck. Hopefully see you there at those top tables. Yeah.
I hope so too. Thank you for having me.
For Epic Action, I'm Raul. We got Paul, Nick, and Paul Heaver.
Paul again.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a good night.